there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top 10 Linux games of 2015, the YouTubers edition. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who got involved in this video. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you all and making this video. All the links to their channels will be in the description, so please check them out and enjoy this video, guys.
Hey, I'm EG, and the game I chose is Besiege. If you've never heard or seen Besiege before, the best way I can think to describe it is like a cross between Kerbal Space Program and maybe Black and White 2, maybe? It's an extremely unique and rewarding game because the point of the game is to build a machine in a sandbox-like environment. Now the twist is that machine is supposed to kill everything and destroy everything it encounters. Well, for the most part. The gameplay is really maniacal, and it only gets better every time you play it. So it's a relatively cheap game with endless amounts of replay value, and it's super fun. You really can't go wrong.
Hey, I'm Expander, and I chose an early access game, Ark Survival Evolved. This game uses the latest Unreal Engine 4 and looks really amazing. The game has lots of content. You are going to level up your character by killing animals, crafting or gathering. You will unlock engram points to learn new stuff to craft. You can tame dinos in this game and then using them to speed up your gathering work. You can ride or fly with your tames. Collect stones, berries, meat, hide, logs and so on. The main point of this game is that you make your own story, form tribes and rule the lands.
What's up, this is Osiris, and my Linux game pick of the year for 2015 is, drumroll please, Bioshock Infinite. This game has it all and everything that a single player game should have. The story is immersive, the graphics look good, the performance is very good. This game was ported over by the great people over at Aspire Media. Bioshock Infinite is set in 1912 in a place called Columbia, and it's a very alternate reality type of game. And it's got the story just will throw you through loops, and it has lots of plot twists and all that great stuff. It will suck you in like a great book will bring you in. This game is highly recommended for anybody who not only games but also Linux games. This game is a must play for anybody and everybody.
You're a liar, Mr. DeWitt, and a thug. But you're also my only means of reaching Paris.
Hey everyone, this is Keith here, aka Ghost Squad 57, and my pick for my favorite Linux game of 2015 is Pillars of Eternity by Obsidian Entertainment. I chose Pillars of Eternity because Obsidian Entertainment did a fantastic job crafting the world around the game. The lexicon they've created and the characters that they designed are really well executed in my opinion. I actually find myself reading the dialogue, which isn't something I do in a lot of modern action RPGs and stuff like that. You know, I mostly just try to get to the next area and skip through the dialogue. But with Pillars of Eternity, I actually find myself reading a fair bit of the dialogue and actually, you know, sort of getting attached to my companion characters and stuff like that and actually wanting to know their backstory. I also really enjoyed the combat. Seeing gameplay clips on YouTube, I was a bit skeptical. The gameplay looked a bit slow to me, but after playing the game for about 6-7 hours, I can definitely say that the combat is very enjoyable. It's very methodical and sort of causes you to stop and think. Instead of just being, you know, a stereotypical action RPG of just mash buttons and kill the enemy. You know, you have a lot of thinking that's involved. Anyway, yeah, this has been Ghost Squad 57 here, and that is my pick for my top Linux game of 2015.
Hey guys, Penguin Recordings here, and Dying Light is my game of the year for Linux in 2015. Not only is this the first AAA title to get a day one Linux release, it is also the first title I finished in online cooperative with my friends from beginning to end, only on Ubuntu. So to top it off, it also has top-notch visuals. It has practically Mirror's Edge like parkour, and the open world experience is apocalyptic in nature. This is also the first zombie game that when night falls, it strikes fear back into our hearts. A must-get for your Linux library.
Hi there, I'm HexDSL. I've been asked to tell you about my favourite game of 2015. My favourite game of 2015 was Caves of Qud, which is a very, very deep and really expansive roguelike that's currently in early access. So who knows, it may be my favourite game of 2016 too, you never know. The reason I like this game is because it's got the old school tile set down to just perfect. It manages to do with the most rudimentary graphics what some games fail to do with full 3D environments. It's an absolute masterwork of simplicity, and plot-wise this has more lore than Lord of the Rings and it's still early access. It's crazy. I've played this for hours and barely even scratched the surface of it, and as you can see here from the sidebar, it does nothing but deliver to you high quality information that puts other games to shame. It is an absolute masterpiece that I love a great deal. You should definitely check it out, and best of all, you can play it for free if you go to the developer's website, which is Freehold Games. You can download the ASCII version to play for free, and you only have to pay for it in Steam if you want the more advanced tile set. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to check out more of my videos on hexdsl.co.uk or YouTube HexDS. You guys know how to do it. Good luck with the internet. Thanks for watching and Happy New Year. Bye.
Hello, this is Samsai from GamingOnLinux.com, and my Game of the Year pick is Spec OPS The Line. Even though at first it might seem like a very mediocre cover-based shooter, just calling it that wouldn't actually do it any justice, because this game actually has a quite deep story, even though it looks very basic. I'm not going to spoil any of it, but I'm going to tell you that it's actually a pretty good story, and it does sort of mess with your mind. Just believe me when I say that not everything in Dubai is what it looks. Mechanically, it's not particularly unique, but it's very functional and fun, and the firefights in this game are actually quite interesting and challenging.
Hi, I'm Gardner. I run the YouTube channel The Linux Gamer. Jake asked me to contribute to this video, and I thought with this time of year, it'd be fitting to pick something that had some nostalgic value to me. That's why I chose Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. It's an awesome and quite nostalgic action RPG developed by Obsidian from way back in the day. It was brought to Linux by Aspyr July 21st of this year. If you're not familiar, Aspyr makes great ports of existing titles. I love KOTOR 2 because it's a classic BioWare-style RPG set in the Star Wars universe. There's a ton of action, the battles are dripping with strategy, and there's both light and dark side skill trees. I first played this game with a few friends back on their original Xbox. We stayed up all night each weekend for a month to beat this game together, taking turns playing so we could eat the grossest cheese pizza and drink liquid poison. All that being said, I picked this game up because of its sentimental value to me, which I'm not really known for. Nonetheless, it's a great game, and I've had a blast playing through it again this year. And while I've got your attention, why not check out my channel? I do reviews of Linux games, KOTOR 2 being one of them, as well as Let's Plays, unboxings, and a whole lot more. Thanks!
Hey there ladies and gentlemen, I'm JJW93, and mine 2015 Linux Game of the Year is Terraria. Taking me back a year making my own 2014 Game of the Year Linux game video. After picking Starbound, all I wanted was Terraria to be in that top 10 instead. A game which involves building and crafting the world around you and making your own homes. You can develop your character by creating tons of types of armour and choose all sorts of different types of weapons which suit your character. The game is constantly getting updated, and now there are as many items to collect in the game and there are endless bosses to beat, with some being more epic than others. Some may even need assistance, as it's simple enough to get your friends involved in the game now, and sometimes makes it even more fun, being able to create some stuff with your friends by your side.
I'm Kembuktu, and my personal Linux game of the year was Verdun. Made in the Unity game engine, it was released on April 28th, although it was in early access before that. Early performance was less than ideal, but support by the developers has improved performance a lot in recent patches. Verdun is a World War I first-person shooter that uses squad-based combat. Players are organized into groups of 4, and each player has a different role and weapons. The gameplay is also different to that of a normal shooter. The main mode is Frontlines, which simulates the back and forth counterattacks by both sides during World War I. Every time your side captures a trench, the opposing team will have a chance to counterattack. Overall, the combat feels more like Red Orchestra 2 or Insurgency than it does like Call of Duty or Counter-Strike. The developers have also been releasing new content, including new maps and guns, and there are plans to add in new squads to represent the different countries that served in World War I.